I'd like to show you how to use some of the advanced options in Purpose Games. I'm assuming that you have already watched the introductory video on the Cool Tools Purpose Games page, and if you haven't done so, I recommend that you do. What I want to show you is how to create a game that has three different formulas which have the same prompt. And so I have already typed in some formulas for these, or some prompts for these two formulas, a plus b quantity squared, a minus b quantity squared. But I have three formulas that can't be factored. So this one, a plus b, and I had typed in the text, can't be factored. And notice that the text has an uppercase C, but all the other letters are lowercase. This is very important because I need to make sure that all my other options have the same entry. So I have also typed in can't be factored for a minus b, and I had also typed in can't be factored exactly the same for a squared plus b squared. Now, under advanced options, we go to, again, this link here. The default says group questions with the same text. And let's just see what that does for us. So I'm going to close that and now save it. And now let's preview this game. So when I start the game, it says can't be factored. So I'm going to click this option. And when I select it, you notice all three which have the same text. All three of these are grouped together, and that's not what I want. I want to only click one option, and if it's correct, to have it marked green, but not to have the other two options marked green as well. So let's go back again to our game creator, and I'm going to again look at these advanced options, and let's see what happens when I unselect group questions with the same text. So we have now selected that, and let's save it. And now when I start the game, it gives me a plus b quantity squared, so that's this choice, and then a minus b quantity squared. But now can't be factored. This one I know it can't be factored, and notice that when I selected it, only this dot turned green, but the other two remained untouched. I now have the prompt can't be factored, and this one turned green, but the last one remained untouched. And finally, I have the third prompt of can't be factored, and I now have completed the game. So that's one of the options that you can do, again, to have three different selections matched to the same prompt. One of the other advanced options that you can tinker with is this hide hints for questions. So the default is not to hide the hints, which means that the game gives hints whenever you make a mistake. So again, let's preview this game. And the first prompt is can't be factored, and suppose I don't know that this one is factorable. So I made a wrong selection. The actual answer is a plus b quantity squared, and it tells me that. It gives me that hint. Now when I go to the right answer, this one can't be factored. Instead of a green dot, it gives me a yellow, which shows that I had made a mistake. So now this a minus b quantity squared, I'm going to select the wrong one. It tells me this one can't be factored. And if I go down here, it tells me also this one can't be factored. So now when I go to the correct answer, I get an orange dot because I made not one yellow, but I actually made two wrong attempts to get the orange. And so now we're going to complete the game. Okay. So let's go back now and see if we don't want those prompts, what our options are. So hide hints for questions. So this time I'm going to hide the hints. I don't want it to tell me the answer if I get it wrong. And we will close and save this. And now let's go back and preview again. So when I play the game, when it says can't be factored, it just says wrong, try another. So it doesn't give me the game hints. So these are some of the options that you can try. The last option that I would like to show you is the fixed number of questions. So if you have a pool with 5 questions, it's possible to force the game to give fewer questions. And this is especially useful if you have a very, very large pool of questions. For example, if you had the 50 states of the United States and you only wanted to quiz someone, say, on 10 of those states. So I'm going to select, let's go back and now let's show the hints, but I'm going to use a fixed number of questions, and because I have 5 possible options, I think that I only want to have, say, 2 questions in my game. So now we'll save this and preview. And we go to the game and it says can't be factored, so I try one of these. And the second one can't be factored, I'm going to try another option. And those were the only 2 selections that it gave. The other 3 questions were not selected. So I hope you have fun trying out some of the various options that you have in Purpose Games.